So at the Holiday Inn Flinders Lane, we've had what seems to be the fire system has had either a leak or a burst pipe, which has leaked into an unoccupied room. So no residents were in that room, which has then moved into the staffing areas of the Holiday Inn. So we are in the process of moving some residents to higher levels of that hotel and looking at all the contingency arrangements for that hotel. We will have engineers in there and the cleaners who can mop up the water leakage, and that will play out for the rest of the afternoon and into tomorrow. Happy to throw to questions.
The person or the return traveller who brought in the nebuliser says that he did report it to the hotel, he was given permission to use it. That's obviously not the information that we've been told. What is correct?
Yeah, can I just start by saying that, it is awful how this is playing out in the media, and for that family, myself and my organisation would never want anyone's public information or private information, and their health records or health information disclosed and played out. What's happening to this family is awful and is not okay. We need to be kind and respect both them in this really difficult time, and my focus needs to be on the care and well-being of this family. We have put out, as soon as we found out about this, we have put out our findings and we stick to those. But please, can we be a little kind and respectful to this family who have endured so much?
It's interesting you say that, because he says he feels like he's been made out to be a criminal by the government. So you're standing by your story was that he didn't report it. He's saying that he did and that he's given permission to use the nebuliser. So is he lying?
Like I said, no, he's not lying. We're not making those accusations, and we would never asperse that to any individual. We have, what our audit shows and our review shows, and that's our version of events. But again, he's done nothing wrong. He brought in his nebuliser, which he has been using, and I think it's really important to note that what we've done since this is really look at, well, was it clear enough for residents, and what could we have done to prevent this happening again? And that's my responsibility to make sure that it is clear. And if it isn't, I've fixed that now by really looking at strengthening through the airport, where we're scanning for these devices at the airport, and that's been a really successful move. But also we're doing, we've got a bunch of pictures at the airport now, so that it is made really clear, and that we're asking people on their return traveller form if they do have these devices, so we can really get ahead of it and make sure when people land that they've provided the best care possible.
I suppose we're not saying that he's done something wrong in doing this. We're asking whether there was a failure by your department if you actually put forward the fact that he had this device and it wasn't picked up by the experts we were speaking to. Can you categorically say that he didn't raise the fact that he had a nebuliser with any of your staff?
I can categorically say that there is no evidence from our audits that he has raised this with our health team or our operational team. But again, this argument of he said, she said, that's been our report. Again, no one is going to win from this argument where we're constantly having a battle on these matters which are so private for somebody.
Emma, he either had permission or he didn't, so which one is it?
These devices are in their bags. We don't check bags. We never have, and we don't have any legal right to.
He claims he was given permission to use it.
Well, again, that's not our recollection, and that's not our, from what we've heard, and the stories that, the information that we had from our health providers, there is no evidence for that.
Do your staff ask the people coming into hotel quarantine if they've had these nebulizers on entry?
So it's done at the health check. So when someone arrives into the hotel, within that first 12 hours, there's a health screen, which the health service, which if you keep in mind that this is a primary health service in quarantine hotels, would ask those questions about, their medical history. Are they on any medication? Are there any other devices that they may use? And that's where we pick these things up in the past. So all bags are scanned through Melbourne Airport. So if there were weapons, that Melbourne Airport bag checking would certainly be picking that up.
And you noted you were scanning for these particular devices. When did that begin?
Earlier this week, I can come back to you on the exact date, but within the first 24 hours, it proved really fruitful. We've got a nurse on site there with Border Force at the bag checking, and again, even with the pictures, a returned traveller didn't realise that it was a nebuliser. No, not at all. This is my organisation and responsibility, and I'm more than happy to answer these questions.
So you haven't thrown you under the bus?
I don't feel like I'm being thrown under the bus, no.